Okay, so that is the Kirlian camera. It's called the Verograph, built by the Aura Electronics BV, Netherlands. A company who don't exist anymore. This one was built before the digital era, so before the digital photography and videography. It is a real one. It's not one of these new ones who take in fact the infrared spectrum of a body and transform that with fake colors, and it's called the Aura camera. That is a design started by a Russian scientist, Kirlian. So it is more, in fact, about what I believe more about electromagnetic fields of the body and transmission, the peculiarities of electrical transmission or resistance when the body is healthy and sick. If you want to develop that, if you want to call that it takes the image of the aura, then we have to define what is aura, and yeah, maybe yes, maybe not, but that is the real Kirlian camera. So it was designed before the digital era, meaning that we have here a screen who's the size of a 13 by 18, so that means that you can apply one end. You can normally it is designed to use films, maximum size 13 by 18, but I mean it was normal to use this kind of, well, this one is a used one, so obviously I'm not going to use a film. So was by putting the film without the plastic, sure, protective, applying your hands, and then taking the picture. So you can use a 13 by 18 film. What's interesting maybe is a black and white X-ray film of this size, was still possible to find, 4 by 5, 120 rolls, 35 millimeters rolls, then just used for fingers. So it's working perfectly. Here we have 3 buttons. This one is to regulate the voltage. I think it's defined by kilowatts. Kilowatts, I think it's a little bit too much, but it's possible because it's half volt. From what I remember, I did build these cameras 40 years ago with a friend of mine. From what the design was remember is high voltage. I have to check on internet or whatever. High voltage, low impedance. So for example, we have 3 buttons. Okay, it is the voltage. Here is the in and out, so you can hear. You cannot see because we have some light. And then that was for photography. It will give. That's the interesting for a photography, for a very short power burst. See. So the box and the camera is working. Everything is functional. Everything is working. What I'm using, and that's you're going to see that on the other. I have to say too that there is a creation of ozone. Is a gas who's the consequence of this electrical interaction, and you will smell it. I mean, it's a little bit of a peculiar smell. It's not really poisonous, but I mean, it's not nice to smell either. With the introduction of digital photography, what I've been using for the, and you will see in the second video that I produce, I don't use films anymore. I use a digital camera. In this case, Sony Nex, with just a regular good quality lens. In this case, I'm using a Pentax macro lens for the analog era too, but it gives a with adapter. So set in a manual mode. First, you do your focus, take out the lights, and then get as close as possible of the area you want to take. Then you will have some more details, and then voila, that's it. As simple. So you don't have to expend money on film developments and if that is going to work with the exposition or not. You will see that in a second video. So that is the camera. That's it for the moment.